Trump breaking news. Trump's second cabinet. Conversations about the kind of cabinet the ex-president could assemble if he were to win the general election have started as Donald Trump's chances of securing the 2024 GOP nominee have grown, much with the months-long speculation about Trump's potential running partner. There have been numerous suggestions on potential recipients of high-ranking government positions in a second Trump administration. The list includes Trump's longtime supporters as well as more modern MAGA leaders who will rally behind the Republican in his next campaign. As soon as he took office, Trump made it clear that he wanted influential individuals appointed based on central casting, a term from the entertainment industry meaning that he selected people for their looks, conduct, or character rather than their competence, according to Carl Cavalli, a political science professor at the University of North Georgia, that ended up being disastrous in numerous cases, as reported by Newsweek. The theme this time around is all loyalty, all the time. It is still early days, and the winner of the predicted election between Trump and Joe Biden won't confirm their cabinet until January 2025. However, if someone fails Trump's loyalty test, it is feasible to rule them out of his next possible administration. It has long been speculated that Trump will not reappoint Mike Pence as his running mate after their relationship deteriorated following the attack on January 6. It is highly improbable that Mark Meadows, who served as Trump's chief of staff, will be appointed to a position in the president's potential future administration. Rumors have it that the two have severed ties and that Meadows may have testified against Trump in the federal investigation into his alleged criminal efforts to annul the 2020 election. Based on the opinions of numerous political analysts and observers, Newsweek has assembled a shortlist of potential candidates for Trump's new cabinet below. Stephen Miller, a former senior advisor in the Trump administration, has been a longtime friend of the president and would likely be among the first people considered for a position in Trump's administration upon his return. Reportedly, Miller counseled Trump on numerous strict immigration policies that defined the previous president's tenure, including the contentious travel ban that singled out nations with a Muslim majority. Even after leaving government, Stephen Miller remained a staunch advocate for the ideas of former President Trump. A political strategist and senior vice president at Gotham Government Relations, Denny Salas, told Newsweek that he had also spearheaded the drive to get affirmative action overturned by the Supreme Court. He's likely well positioned to become the next chief of staff if Donald Trump wins another term. Trump, according to Cavalli, will want not only loyalty, but a fierce fighter, which could mean that Miller is in the hunt to be Trump's next attorney general or chief of staff. Stefanik Elise, for her unwavering devotion to the former president, the New York congressman has been widely rumored to be among the leading candidates to be Trump's running mate. Stefanik might be offered the role of attorney general if Trump does not choose one of his best bets, Arizona Senate nominee Kari Lake or Cavalli, as his running mate. A number of people have mentioned Tim Scott as a possible running mate for Trump, although Scott may end up accepting a seat in the cabinet instead. Several positions in Trump's cabinet, including Secretary of State, Secretary of Health and Human Services, and Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, have been mentioned by Cavalli as being open to the South Carolina senator. Trump is re-elected Ben Carson, who he nominated in 2017 to be Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, may also be eligible to take over from him. Relatively low-key people for low-key positions, Cavalli informed Newsweek. Once again, they're both loyalists. Scott recently embraced Trump despite his recent contest for the nomination against him. Despite this, he never seriously challenged Trump. Radhika Ramaswamy. There have long been allegations that the businessman, who ran a strongly pro-Trump campaign but withdrew from the 2024 GOP primary after the Iowa caucus, was never really interested in running for president but rather wanted to be a part of Trump's cabinet or his running mate. Conservative political pundit and LI News radio host Jay Oliver said the billionaire is the shoo-in of shoo-ins to be included in Trump's next possible cabinet, even if Trump's campaign has put cold water on rumors that Ramaswamy could be the next vice president. In addition to Linda McMahon, the former CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, and head of the Small Business Administration during Trump's government, Cavalli speculated that Ramaswamy would be in the running for Secretary of Commerce or Secretary of Labor. A.D. Vance, a major factor in the Hillbilly Elegy author's rise from political newbie to Ohio senator in 2022, was receiving Trump's backing. Numerous experts believe that Vance will be appointed to a position in the incoming Trump administration due to his unwavering support for the outgoing president. Tom Cotton, a senator from Arkansas, and Vance are both being considered for the position of Secretary of Agriculture, according to Cavalli. Cavalli added that Vance is now a loyalist, but that he was not always so. He looks like a good pick. A state that is predominantly agricultural is also represented by Cotton. Mr. Kristi Noem. There is widespread speculation that the governor of South Dakota, along with Stefanik, might be offered the position of running mate for Trump in 2024 or appointed to his cabinet. Cavalli made the prediction that Noem may become Secretary of the Interior given her position as a Great Plains governor and her unwavering support for Trump. Former White House strategist Steve Bannon and former Trump press secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders are among the other names that have been proposed as possible candidates for Trump's future cabinet. Sanders is the governor of Arkansas. Some have speculated that Tucker Carlson, a former Fox News anchor, could be a surprise appointment to Trump's cabinet. The speculation that Carlson could enter politics, specifically as a potential running mate for Trump, has not gone unchallenged, though, despite claims that Trump will prioritize loyalty over all else. Longshot Republican presidential candidate Samuel Ronan implied that former GOP primary challengers to Trump, such as Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, could be considered for a cabinet post in some capacity. It would be great if Nikki Haley could return to her position as chief ambassador, Ronan told Newsweek. It appears that Vice President Vivek and Secretary DeSantis would prefer a job in the executive branch to a cabinet post, and they may reject a cabinet offer as a result. However, it is worth noting that the previous Trump administration was brimming with influential figures from several industries serving in cabinet posts. Ronan speculated that actors with comparable profiles may be requested to return or step into similar roles, since Florida Republican and former Trump ally Ron DeSantis has embraced the former president after withdrawing from the GOP primary fight. Oliver added, "Let's not rule out Governor Ron DeSantis serving in Trump's cabinet." Furthermore, according to Oliver, Trump still has a long-shot chance of offering Haley the position of vice president, since she is his only remaining credible opponent in the GOP primary.